Hello and welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets. More Muppets, please. A Muppet fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with a series of spotlights on our favorite Muppet characters, from fan favorites to the most obscure. I am this week's host, Beth Cook, and the Muppet of the week is Nigel, performed by...
Wait, hang on. Nigel?
Oh, hi, Jared.
Beth, I know you weren't available to host in the first season, but as the guy who produced that one, I can tell you we've already done this one. Nigel was one of the official 70 Muppets, and I think Ryan hosted that episode.
No, not that Nigel. I'm talking about the fuzzy green guy with the long nose.
Oh, you mean Droop?
No, also not Droop. This is the other Nigel, and the other fuzzy green guy with a long nose, performed by Brian Henson, and making his world debut in 1996.
Oh, you mean Worst Kermit, the guy with that headset running everything backstage at Muppets Tonight.
Exactly. Thanks, Jared. You make a great audience surrogate.
Well, I'm just glad I could help.
Much like original Nigel was intended to host the Muppet Show to give Kermit a break, other Nigel filled a similar role for Muppets Tonight. If Kermit can't be the one to keep things running smoothly and freak out when they don't, somebody has to do it. Nigel's chief personality trait is seamlessly shifting from chill to frantic and back again. He seems to be hanging on by a thread at all times, once freaking out over a laundry list of issues that Kermit sums up as a slow night. Inseparable from Nigel's relationship to his job is his relationship to coffee. Throughout the series, Nigel orders regular coffee, chamomile tea for an interesting but temporary switch-up, an iced mocha, a mocha almond roccacino, a multicolor mochaccino, a double decaf short dry cappuccino with a little twist, but then he settles for water. Most revealing of all, when everyone's mothers visit the set, Nigel's mom says she used to put a couple of shots of espresso in his baby bottle to calm him down. Honestly, that explains so much. Nigel is usually seen with his assistant, a weasel named Eugene, who is very helpful but never speaks. Hints here and there, like a lilt in Nigel's voice when Eugene goes above and beyond, or Eugene giving Nigel a back rub on more than one occasion, indicate either a workplace romance or just poor workplace boundaries. But there are plenty of moments when Nigel is just another coworker hanging out with the other cast and crew. Whether he's rocking out to Sid Canisius and his mosh potatoes, hiding in the closet from Heather Locklear, hanging upside down in the window in the Coolio music video, or getting beamed in the noggin by the fine young cannonballs. Nigel even covers for everyone else when Ernst Stavros Grouper takes over. When he accidentally mentions that the crew is organizing a coup to overthrow Grouper's tyrannical regime, he quickly backpedals with the airtight alibi that they're actually knitting him an eye patch cozy. But perhaps inevitably, the day finally comes when Nigel gets fed up.
All right. That's it. I've had enough. There's nothing on stage. This happens every week. I can't take this anymore! Do you hear what I'm saying? I can't take it anymore, and I mean it this time. I'm quitting! I quit! Do you hear me back there? I quit! Good riddance and goodbye! I quit!
Okay, I'll take over. Get ready to cue the real world Muppets and give me a double choker with a zip-zay.
Hey, that's my job.
Oh.
Cue real world and I'll have what he's having. Thank you, Eugene.
It's this inability to let anyone else do the job that distinguishes Nigel's freakouts from those of Kermit on The Muppet Show. He tries to delegate, but at the end of the day, Nigel is clearly a, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself kind of guy. At some point, I realized that it's next to impossible to talk about Nigel without talking about the nature of work, art, and trying to make art for work. But that was way too depressing. So instead, here's a salute to IMAX. While most Muppets have eyes that are fixed in place, some puppets are flexible enough to allow for careful manipulation to give different expressions, including Kermit's trademark scrunch face. In one of the most basic kinds of eye mechanism, Cookie Monster's googly eyes are achieved by pinning the pupils loosely onto the eyeballs, allowing the pupils to spin and bounce randomly with Cookie Monster's movements. Wembley Fraggle, on the other hand, has a much more sophisticated eye mech that allows him to roll his eyes in any direction. Some mechanisms allow the eyes to light up, as seen on Gonzo when he's struck by lightning in Muppets from Space, or on Sweetums in his debut in The Frog Prince. Then, of course, there's the old eyes floating against the darkness gag, achieved with just eyes on a stick against a black background. Eye mechs with movable eyelids are far more common, seen in characters like Big Bird, Moki Fraggle, and Gonzo, allowing the characters a wide range of expression, from surprise to deadpan to fast asleep. Other mechanisms give merely the suggestion of eyelids, like Mana Mana and Floyd Pepper, who have blinking hollow sockets, or other moving parts like Bert's eyebrows or Dr. Teeth's sunglasses. Nigel, meanwhile, has perhaps my favorite eye mech of all. When Nigel is surprised or panicked, his eyelids lift off of his eyes entirely. It's effective, hilarious, and, as far as I can tell, unique among all Muppets, earning Nigel the place of honor in our Salute to Eye Mechs. Wait, that's it? That's really all there is to say about Nigel? Huh. Well, whatever happened to him anyway? Okay, according to the Muppets Character Encyclopedia, after Muppets Tonight ended, he changed careers to become an air traffic controller? Well, that sounds like a great fit for him, and I'm sure nothing horrible happened.
70 Years, 70 Muppets, More Muppets Please is a Muppet fan podcast presented by ToughPigs.com. Hosted by a myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Joe Hennis. The Muppets 70 logo is used with permission by the Muppet Studio, with thanks to Danny Iglesias, Frank Reifschneider, and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow ToughPigs.com on all social media platforms, and you can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or by buying merchandise at tpublic.com/toughpigs.